is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a great day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. I just watched a very disturbing video about a young man, a 13-year-old, in Summerville, South Carolina, selling roses outside of a Walmart. The police was called on him, and it turned out to be a very disturbing altercation between this young man and the police department. Now, this young man is only 13 years old, and what I'll say is it took the whole police department to take him down. Now, the only reason I'm talking about this, and I'm going to put the video in the comment section, and I'm really going to put it there so you can look at the video. It's almost 8 minutes. So you need to look at it for yourself, because sometimes when things happen and we get just a snippet of something, we might jump to conclusions. But then when you get the full story, you might have a different opinion. What I will say is that Black Americans can do better. A 13-year-old should be under parental or some type of adult supervision. A 13-year-old should not feel like he has got to get out in the public and make money. Now, I don't have a problem with kids working. I don't have a problem with them having a summer job or an after-school job. But a 13-year-old is a minor. His parents are actually supposed to take care of him. And children, Black children in particular, have too much free time on their hands. Children need to be supervised. And they also need to be trained about how to behave when they go out in public. It is still important for Black parents to have the talk with their children. Where you live and the number of Black people in the town that you live in plays a part in how you are treated as a Black person. Black people are 20 to 25% of the population in Summerville, South Carolina. So that's about right. I mean, it's probably larger than that. Who's running Walmart? You have to be, when you let your children go out like that, you need to know who the players are. If your child is going to sell roses outside Walmart, she needs to get permission from the people inside. They need to be aware of that, because they are going to be the ones to call the police on him, which is what happened here. Now, sometimes passersby will come by and they'll see a Black child, a Black boy, and then all of a sudden they're going to get mad just because there's a Black boy standing there and call the police on him. But most of the time it's going to be the people in the store or whoever owns the property. Now, Walmart is an international corporation. They don't want any racial issues going on at Walmart. And I know that. We all know that. But Black people have to constantly do a balancing act. You don't want your children to grow up afraid or to feel like they can't exercise their rights as American citizens. And this 13-year-old was anything but afraid. I will say that. But at the same time, they have to be cautious of the devil that's always lurking around trying to stir something up. So if your child wants to sell roses, for instance, at Walmart, the proper thing would be to take him to Walmart, speak to the manager, and tell the manager or ask the manager if he can sell flowers outside. Now, they sell Girl Scout cookies out there. They let the Girl Scouts sell cookies, and other things might go on, or there might be another space nearby that he could still get the Walmart traffic without violating anything. I just believe in being safe and also being correct. So when something goes down, it needs to be handled, and the people who are responsible need to be held accountable. That's the way I feel about it. And anytime grown people are encountering children like what happened in this situation, the grown person should take into consideration this is a child. And see, a police officer coming up there screaming like a damn fool, see, that just escalates the situation more. And if the child has problems or is dealing with something, all that's going to do is set that person off. So there's a way that you should approach children when, just as a matter of courtesy and just as a matter of being a human being. Because even with school, when you're dealing with children at school, sometimes those children do have emotional issues. And when you're dealing with them, you have to speak calmly to them. You don't have to go screaming at them and making them more excited. And I believe if that was a white child, that would be how it would be handled. It's just that when they're dealing with black people, they don't feel like they should have to use proper protocol. And that's what needs to be reinforced in all of these police departments. You need to use proper protocol regardless to the race of the person or the age. But it is important that they get permission from the people inside the store if they're going to be on the Walmart property. Because if they give him permission and somebody comes out there messing with him, then that's a whole different discussion. In the video, they were saying that these children were obstructing traffic of people going and coming. Well, they're going to lie. It might be true and it might not be true. It wouldn't surprise me if the person who was reporting it was lying. It wouldn't surprise me. But that's the way it is. But we have to be aware of our environment. Now, we've been with this system for a long time, and we pretty much know how the game is played. Somebody calls the police on your child is 13 years old, they're going to treat him like he's 35 or 40. So whatever age they come up with in their head to call him grown. So they're not going to take into consideration that this is just a 13-year-old child who might have developmental, emotional, or some other kind of issues going on. And so when you call the police and the police comes, they should come prepared to deal with a child. Or anybody that's selling roses outside of a major department store or grocery store is probably somebody who really needs the money. If it's a grown person, you have to assume something else might be going on with that person. And as far as I was concerned, one of the police officers did not approach this 13-year-old correctly. I mean, you're going to come in instead of de-escalating. You're going to escalate the problem instead of coming and talking to the child like a human being. You're going to come up in there screaming and yelling at him and giving demands. And see, if you're dealing with somebody and they got something else going on up in their head, you just might get an answer that you weren't expecting. So everybody needs to do what's right. But I just feel like too many black children find themselves in situations where they are not being properly supervised, and then people don't treat them like children. Grown people decide that they're going to turn these children into grown people to do this horrendous stuff that they want to do. Fortunately, this 13-year-old survived this situation. I think the optics of it was really worse than what this actual situation was. But the Summerville Police Department and the South Carolina State Police, if I'm not mistaken, have weighed in on this. So we'll have to see what the outcome would be. And also, the fact that they didn't do any more to this child than they did speaks to the fact that the Black Lives Matter movement is being effective. It is effective because there was a time when they would have run up on their kid and the outcome, especially the way the kid behaved himself, the outcome would have been tragic. So activism is important no matter how much people say they hate Black Lives Matter. The activism is important. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. And so we have to keep squeaking and squeaking when something happens with us, because if we turn our back, if we drop the ball, they'll drop the hammer on us. But anyway, watch the video. Please watch the video. And then come back and give a comment if you have time. I would appreciate it. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. And as always, have a great day.